I will be talking about the European Super League today. It is something that has happened and shaken media and people that love football to the core. And I will just want to explain how that affects us as a story like this can affect us as Lead Pass investors. So first of all, before I start, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a football player. I like basketball, so I might not understand something like the Super League as well and not be as upset about something like this as you guys are. I'm not a particularly good basketball player, as you can see from this picture. I look very weird when I play, so all in all, just don't take me too seriously. So, football. When we look at football, there's two main types of football that you have to think about. First of all, you have the club football, where you have clubs that buy international players to compete for European trophies or for global trophies. And most importantly, you have the UEFA Champions League. It's the best of the best competing for one single trophy to show who's the best team on the planet. You also have the UEFA Cup or the UEFA Europe League, where it's kind of like a second tier, but it allows teams to compete on an international level throughout Europe for a trophy as well. Now, these teams that compete in these two specific leagues, I'm pretty sure that everybody knows this already, but I'm just making sure. They compete in different types of leagues as well, and they're on a national level. So you have a team from Spain will compete in a Spanish league as well, next to the Champions League. This is just an international level. Now, when you're looking at a different type of football, you have the World Cup and the European Cup. The World Cup is where you have national teams, for example, Spain playing versus England or France versus Italy, where you compete for parts for the best team within the world. So that might be in the entire world or just Europe or South America or Africa or wherever it might be. And as young children, you might be like me. Actually, I grew up wanting to win the Champions League one day. So people are born with this value of winning the Champions League. Now, if you look at the business model of a club like FC Barcelona, what we have to think about, I'm not going to explain what FC Barcelona is because I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is. What you have to think about when you look at expenses is their major costs for a stadium. They have to pay for this huge place within usually the middle of the city. They also have to pay for their superstars. Somebody like Lionel Messi will cost you 70 million a year. Now, that is only to pay Lionel Messi, but it doesn't pay for his physiotherapist who will give him a massage after every game, or his PR agent that takes care of all of his work. So all in all, this is huge values. And you don't just have one, you have something like 20 of these guys that you have to pay huge amounts of money. What you also have to do is you have to ship these guys throughout the world. They have to compete at high levels, and you have to make sure that their butts are comfortable because people like Lionel Messi want to be in a high-profile environment. Now, additionally to this, so these are your expenses. What you also have to consider is the entire marketing costs of marketing yourself on a global scale. But when you look at your income, you sell your tickets, you sell jerseys, you get some sponsorships. If you're a team like Barcelona, that might be a bit easier, but for smaller teams, it's more difficult. And you have TV rights. Now, all in all, I don't know if you can realize this, but your ticket sales and jersey sales won't cover these tremendous costs. So owning a football team or owning a professional sports team in general usually won't make you money. It's about the fame. People that have a whole ton of money and that can literally waste millions of dollars a year, they're more likely to own a football team because they just want to see what they can do with it. It's literally a hobby for them. It's not a main source of income. There are very few professional teams that actually run on a profitable business model. Now, what you also have to see, and anyone that's ever done sports, is you don't really care about the cost. You don't care about buying your shoes and your jersey and whatever, because you just want to play. You want to be the best and compete on daily level to be the best. And that's what it's about. At this level of football, professional football, you want to be the best in the world. And by achieving that, you have to win a Champions League or the World Cup. Now, the European Super League, some guys came along and wanted to shake this all up. They said, we're going to take the 20 best teams within the world, put them in a specific league, and let them compete against each other next to the Champions League and everything else that's going on. Now, why would they do that? Well, first of all, you get to see more football, right? You get to see FC Barcelona play against Manchester City, a matchup you might have to wait 2 years to see unless the Champions League allows it. So this league really brings the elites together and lets them compete. But I don't know if you guys been reading the media, it's taken a tremendous downturn. People aren't really accepting this, but looking at this from an economic perspective, if you're running a team, you have to ship your team throughout the world even more. You have to market even more things because you're now part of the European Super League. And you also have to pay for potential injuries that your players might suffer by playing an extra game that week. But on the upside, and this is something that you have to take into perspective, because every child in the world knows what FC Barcelona is, or most children. It's such a popular sport that people will tear out their hair in order to watch football. And this is a tremendous upside. There's so much marketing potential by looking at these huge brands and letting them compete against each other. Now, especially looking at this, you're looking at streaming rights. Up to now, when you're watching football, you're watching it on your TV station and you stream it from BBC iPlayer or somewhere else that you know where to get your football from. However, the European Super League is looking to get involved with other services, for example, YouTube or Disney. Now, think about this from a perspective of YouTube or Disney. If you can stream the European Super League, having FC Barcelona playing Manchester United, that is a huge revenue income because so many people want to turn on YouTube, get that subscription that you pay for. And the same with Disney. You get a global audience, which has never been watching your stuff before, to join your community just because of the European Super League. And that's a tremendous upside for collaboration partners of the European Super League. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but people don't really think that this is a great idea, the European Super League. People have said that you're pretty much destroying the dream of little children by creating such a new elite. And something that we have to think about is how do people view this? The players don't even want to do it. I'm quoting Mesut Özil that said, no child has been raised wanting to play the European Super League. So why would we start a league like that? Now, this is charts from the stocks of Juventus and Manchester United, two teams that would have been part of the European Super League. Now, as you can see, when the news came out that the league will be created, the stock went up because everybody knows the more that these teams play, the more value they get, the more interesting they become. And it's a huge catalyst for the news. But since audiences have said that they don't want the Super League to happen, stock prices plummeted. And this just shows you that the media can be such a catalyst for things to go well and for a stock to go up, or on the same side, on the same note, for it to go down. What's very interesting to see is Juventus and Manchester. These are stocks that you can research and buy. So all of you football fanatics, please send us your research. But what we can also talk about is Disney. Disney's stock went down tremendously on the same day. They had never signed a contract like Juventus or Manchester, but their stock went down the drain. Well, not down the drain, but it dropped significantly on that same day because they were involved in the media. Now, this just comes to show that looking at what is happening at a global scale, what is happening in the news, can impact our investments at such a significant level, right? We have to be aware of what the companies that we're trying to invest in, what they're involved with, and what their involvement means in terms to us as shareholders. Does anyone have any questions? Hi there. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment box. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can learn more about our channel. Thank you very much, and see you next time.